Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live session. And this is me, Meeta, and we have Kavitha. Two of us have decided to do this live session today to talk about so many issues that trouble women, be it their work life balance, their personal intimacy, relationships. There's always something happening, right? So, Kavitha, would you like to introduce yourself?
First of all, thank you, Meeta, for this wonderful opportunity to speak in LinkedIn Live with you and discuss the challenges women face. I am Kavitha, the coach. The story of the name is in my LinkedIn post. So I'm just directly going that I call myself a work life harmony, the niche given by my clients, saying that that is one of the important thing they need to know. So I work with time management and productivity with women entrepreneurs.
Great.
I have completed my ACC credentials and awaiting my PCs.
Great. Yes. And I'm an intimacy coach and a sexuality expert. I help a lot of couples with, if they are struggling with their intimacy, they have any bedroom issues. I also spend a lot of time educating them on things that they don't know. I help them to solve their problems, work on their communication skills, and then rediscover that spark which maybe brought them together right in the beginning. Because I believe that every relationship deserves to thrive. And so I'm here to support that. And I also help women to embrace their sexuality. When I say that, it means that they need to know more about their bodies, their desires, and build more fulfilling, intimate lives and relationships. And when they are empowered with that, then they emerge as this confident woman who knows exactly what she wants. So that's my work.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we have received quite a few questions since we put out the word about this live. So let's start with the first one. How can women entrepreneurs maintain intimacy and connection in their relationships while scaling their businesses? Now, we both can answer it. I guess I can talk about the intimacy part and you can talk about the scaling part. Would you like to go first?
I think we'll cover intimacy and then go to the scaling part.
Okay, all right. So, balancing it with their business, right? So, when you're scaling, you need to put in maybe more time. And so, your emotional connection could maybe go for a toss because you are spending more time in doing your work, you're prioritizing all of that as you're scaling your business. So, what you can do is follow a few steps. Firstly, set out some quality time which you can spend together, even in the smallest ways. It could be just maybe sitting together for dinner and having that conversation. How was your day? What are the steps that you're taking for your business? And talking about all these things. You could even ask your spouse or your partner for help, maybe, and stay present during these moments because that can be very helpful for you. And active listening is definitely one important thing which applies, and small gestures where you can show some appreciation. Maybe you can ask your partner for some support in handling the regular home responsibilities, and maybe your partner is supporting you in that. So, small gestures like saying thank you, appreciating them for the way they are supporting you, these things can keep your intimacy alive because then you are focusing on both things equally. You're, of course, giving your work a lot of priority, but at the same time, you're not really neglecting your partner. You're appreciating them, you're talking to them, you're making that effort to acknowledge them. And that can be really helpful.
Thank you, Meeta. That is very sweet. And as I hear it, I can hear some voices saying that, okay, who has time for that? We would like to do all these things, but we don't have time in the busy schedule. So, as a
Mhm.
work life harmony coach, what Meeta gave is golden nuggets. but how are you going to practically apply it in your day-to-day life with time management? So one tip I would say is, yes, everybody says schedule it, but practically how much scheduling is possible? So then I would say be present at the moment. Whatever you are doing, even if it is having a small cup of chai with your partner, just be present at that moment. Whatever is burning in your business can wait for those 5 minutes. And when you are doing
Absolutely.
your business, let your partner know that you are handling it and you will be back for them. So it could be your kids, it could be your partner. When they know that you're going to be back, they will wait. So time
Mm.
management is not like, okay, I'm going to schedule cup of coffee at this time. I'm going to say I love you at this time. No, you need not do that. Just be
Yeah,
present at the moment, be with
absolutely.
yourselves, and we are going to figure it out. So I hope this will help.
Yes, yes. I think that makes a lot of sense, right? You said that time management is important, and obviously, you cannot decide that, okay, at this time I will say I love you, or at this time this is what I will do. But whenever you can, like you are going to have dinner, maybe. So at that time, you can sit down together and, chit chat for 5 minutes before you go back to your laptop. So things like that can be effective, I guess.
So I think
Okay.
end of the day, as family or as relationships, we all just want to know that we are important to that other person. If
Yes.
that
Yes.
assurance is given at every moment with your not time management, your present management, present,
Correct.
and we are done.
Correct. 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 Right.
So Meeta, I have a question from an audience. So can I ask?
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
What are some strategies for setting boundaries between work and personal life, especially when you work from home? Yeah, like it's a very blurry
Uh,
line. I would
yes.
love to know what what you like to share your insights about this.
I think communication really helps the partners, to share their needs and to support each other. So, what they can do is they can clearly communicate how it's going to be, where, they need maybe support. They can ask their partner instead of imagining that, oh, I'm busy and, so my husband should maybe go pick up the kids. So, instead of imagining things and taking a lot of things for granted, which naturally happens, what you do is you kind of maybe design a schedule or ask for help in certain things where you feel that you might not be able to reach, or where you need support. That communication is extremely important. So that can be one of the effective ways, in which you can um, manage the business growth as well as not let your personal life suffer. So it ensures that, both the partners feel heard and understood as well. And it also reduces misunderstanding, which allows for deeper connections. Because when you have allocated a certain amount of work to your partner, and if your partner is doing it, then it shows the support and caring. And when you are taking that call, then you are, of course, focusing on your business, but you're also clearly being vulnerable at that time, with your partner and saying that, listen, I need this help from you. And that can be very sweet, and it can in fact deepen your bond so much more, because you are then being very transparent with your partner instead of imagining things that, okay, he should take care of this or she should do this. Instead of he should, we should, they should, we are just saying that let's divide this amicably. Okay, today I might have this meeting, so you take care of this responsibility, and tomorrow I will fill that gap. So, communication is extremely important, which is where people make this common mistake. Does that answer your question?
Yes, completely agree with you, Meeta. And a few pointers I would like to say, since I have worked with 300 plus women entrepreneurs, and most of them are we all work from home. So
Mhm.
that is a line we respect. So the first thing I ask is, what is the dress you wear when you sit for work? Just because you work from home doesn't mean you're going to sit in your pajamas. I'm not saying wear your formal suits, formal blazers, and sit, but whatever you think is professional. Because as women, if we don't take ourselves seriously, then no one
Hmm.
is going to take our professional life seriously, especially when you work from home. So
Yeah.
depends on what is the dress you're wearing. And if possible, you can have a small corner of your room, even if you don't have a complete room in your home, a corner of your room which says that that is your professional space. And when you sit there, the people around you respect you and you
Right.
respect yourself. So the whole
Yeah.
energy, the mindset directly comes to that. The third
Yes.
point I would say is when you have your work, when you want to have that work and personal relationship, then you decide on the schedule. As far as possible, have the same schedule. You need not come and sit on your table at 9 when you have a lot of things going on. If 11 works for you, great. Do all your work, pick your workspace from 11 to 5, or if you are comfortable working from maybe morning 4 a.m. to, I have clients who do that. They work from 4 a.m. to 7 or 8 a.m. Then they do the
Hmm.
household chores or take care of the house and other things. Then again, they come back and afternoon naps. They have time for afternoon naps. So we are doing work from home. Let's take advantage of it, also
Yes.
respect the professional space we need for ourselves. Again,
Correct.
unless we take ourselves seriously, no one else is going to take.
Yes, yes, that makes so much sense. You really brought out this very important point, like the example that you gave that these women they work from 4 to 7 in the morning. That shows that they are committed to the family, to their partner, as well as to their work. And that is something that can be managed amicably, you know. So that's a beautiful example that you shared. Right. So moving on to the next question. How can entrepreneurs make time for self care and relationship care without feeling guilty about neglecting work?
Would you like to go first?
I think you can start with the self care bit or related to work.
Yes, thank you for that. So the self-care bit, how? So I have read so many Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, which says that say I love you to you in the mirror. It may work for 1 day, 2 days, but after
Hmm.
third day, it will feel vague when you say it in the mirror.
Yeah.
Affirmations are good, but affirmations has to be founded with some strong layer. So what I would suggest is for self care, write down your milestones. If this happens, I'll be happy, and when I am happy, I am going to do this for celebration.
Hmm.
It is like in the traffic, you have a green light, you have a red light, and you have a yellow light, so you know what exactly to do. So as women especially, because the more we do, the more it piles up, and we don't have time for self care or even
Yeah.
to celebrate our achievements. So have
Hmm.
this red light means that I didn't do so much percentage of my work. Yellow light means if I have completed 50%, then okay, I'm fine with this particular project. Green light means whatever percentage, 80%, 90%, or even 100%. And we don't stop there. We are going to write down how we are going to celebrate. It need not be with anybody else. It need not be with family, because again, family schedule and your schedule needs to match. So if you can write down what makes you happy, what is that you want to celebrate for yourself. It could be a
Hmm.
massage. It could be just sitting in your garden. It could be buying. Take 30 minutes, and I do that. Put things in your Amazon cart. Whether you buy it or not, that is later. But that gives us that happiness. Whatever it is, label it and do it. Self care need not be something huge. It can be simple. Just label
Hmm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes so much sense. And for relationships, also the same thing applies. Like if you're filling up your Amazon cart, you know what you need to buy, so you've lined it up at least. In relationships also, what you need to do is you need to take care of yourself also, then only you'll be capable enough to take care of your partner. If you yourself are not well, if your energies are not charged, then how will you take care of your partner? It won't happen. because then you'll fall sick, and then when you fall sick, everything goes for a toss because you're the lady of the house. And you need to maybe do some meditation. Partners can do it together also, even more beautiful. If they can do yoga, maybe they can go for a walk in the morning together. It can be a 15-minute walk, but that is your time to recharge. That is self care, that is self love, whatever you're doing, which will help you personally as well as your relationship. Because when your batteries are charged, that's when you can do all the running around for everyone else in the family. So I think that's the way self care works, that you do that, and then you are more ready to even commit more to your work. And so then your work will also not suffer.
Beautiful, Meeta. You have just put it so simply that you can't uh, fill others' cup with your empty cup. So first
Exactly.
fill your cup, then pour something in other person's cup. So
Correct. Correct.
I have one more question.
Sure.
How can entrepreneurs make time for self-care and relationship care without feeling guilty about neglecting work?
That's what we discussed just now.
Oh,
That's what
sorry,
we
sir.
discussed.
Sorry.
Yeah. I
I
guess we
thought
didn't ask
we
any
left
question.
the
No problem.
neglecting
No
work.
problem.
No, I think this neglecting part we didn't cover.
Okay, we didn't cover the neglecting part.
Yeah, the first part of the question we covered. I'm
Hmm.
speaking about the guilt about neglecting.
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
we can cover that.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yes, whenever again this comes, whenever I take some time for myself, then I feel guilty. This is a common thing I hear from women entrepreneurs, especially
Yeah.
when they have young kids. So just today morning, I wrote about a post about mom guilt, where for 7 years that oxytocin is going to make you feel guilty whenever you are not around your kid or you're not taking care of your kid. So
Hmm.
it is societal, it is biological, it is emotional. So how we are
Yes.
not going to feel guilty about it?
Hmm.
So when we understand the root, the biological
Hmm.
factors, the psychological factors, the societal factors, and the emotional factors, and again, what Meeta said, we all know that empty cups we can't pour. So instead of feeling guilty, just think for a moment, what if you are not going to spend time for your self-care and go on and on with your work? It is going to turn into anger, it is going to turn into irritation, and it is going to affect your relationship with your partner, with your kids, and the whole family thing. So, what is that you want to do? Do you want to go on and on, feel guilty, and maybe we can say that pour something hot in their cups, which is not good, or take time, relax, make our cup cold, and then give them something very cool so that we all have that cool atmosphere in the home. So, if we can think about that for a moment, then I think the guilty part could be dealt with. It is not what you can do, it is about what you must do. Self care is
Hmm.
a must.
Hmm. Yeah. And why should we women feel guilty about it? Of course, kids are important, and a lot of these, even I come across women, who say that if I'm concentrating more on my business, then I'm actually ignoring my child. But then you're working on your own self growth. And when you are growing, tomorrow you'll be able to help your child also to grow, your spouse also to grow in different ways. It's going to come across. So there is no reason for you to feel guilty unless you're overdoing it, of course. But if you are balancing it out, if you are actually doing things which are helping you in the long run, where your energy levels are increasing so you can do more for your child tomorrow. Even after a long day at work, you can come back at home and sit with your child and make him do the homework that he needs to do, maybe where he needs your help. Why not? Because you're so charged with your energy, you've done your yoga, you've started your day on a good note that you can still feel refreshed after that. It's okay to come back, have a hot cup of tea, refresh yourself for 10-15 minutes, take that time off, and then sit with your kid. That's the way things go. That's life.
Absolutely, absolutely, Meeta. So we have a next question coming up. It
Okay.
says that What role does a supportive partner play in achieving a healthy work life balance, and how can you nurture that partnership?
Hmm. So, here, what I'd like to say is a supportive partner is the person who is understanding your struggles, your triumphs. They are there for you, providing that support. So, if you are having a tough day, say you had a meeting with a client and that didn't go well, and you're feeling low, then they are there to back you, to support you. And that is how you nurture a relationship, right? You are there for your partner through their struggles. You and the on the other side, if there is a win, if that meeting went extremely well and you've maybe got your next level of funding or whatever it is that you were working towards, and there's a triumph, then you celebrate that with your partner. So whatever comes out of it, you are being there to support your partner, and vice versa. That when your partner needs the support from you in terms of maybe the house responsibilities or somewhere where uh, they need to do something for their own well-being or their commitments, then you are also doing the same for them. So that is how relationships work, that is how you nurture it. Little things, by expressing your gratitude, showing them appreciation, and kind of being each other's biggest cheerleaders. That kind of works the best, where you are really supporting each other and always there for each other through thick and thin. I think that's how you nurture a relationship: talking, listening, and always being as open as possible with your partner. That's how you can nurture it.
Very beautifully put, Meeta. So I would like to add some insights. This is again, I work with this sort of pattern, and from what I have observed is we are. I'm sorry, no offense to anybody, but I think we are one of the confused generations of women now, because our mother-in-laws, they were happy taking care of the family and being taken care by the husbands financially and emotionally. And somewhere for us, we are taught to be that financially independent women. You have to work for your bread and butter, then that makes you independent. We are there, and still we feel bad if the house is not taken care. We feel bad if
Mm,
the kids are not taken care. And there are men who are ready to support. But again, most of the women, we want it to be done in the way we want it to be done. The house should be run the way we want. The children should be taken
yeah,
care the we
yeah.
want. So we are in that phase of not able to lose control, not able to take support completely. So somewhere I feel asking support also means let it go. It's okay if the
Yes.
kitchen is not clean for a day. It's okay if somebody is going to do things in their way. So
Yes.
asking for support, yes. Also, if somebody is ready to help, accepting, accepting
Mm,
that support. I think it's more about the yin and yang energy. The second layer I can think of is when you are in office or in your business doing high achieving things, then we have that masculine energy of go, come on, do it, right? But as soon as you come home, it is not a fan switch where you change the regulator from switch on to off, or make it more masculine energy to less masculine energy and more feminine. It doesn't happen that way. But I
mm,
think you can give us some ideas on how to activate that feminine energy and work on this masculine energy, because the switch on and off is a challenge which I am hearing from a lot of women. So do you have any insights you
mm.
would like to give about that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So once you've finished your work and you've come home, then become that woman who you need to be. How will you embrace that feminine energy? You go take a shower, and I'm talking about a situation maybe where the kids have gone off to sleep. That's where you can now start having some fun. Come back, freshen up, work with some aroma, and once you finished your usual responsibilities and all of that, And once you're back in the bedroom, then you bring up that feminine charm, you know. It could be that you've had a long day and it's been very exhausting, and maybe you don't want to do anything. So you don't have to sexually get active at that moment. But it's always nice to have a nice, intimate conversation with your partner. It could be related to anything, not necessarily work. In fact, you can avoid that. But you can talk about something else that matters to you. Just have a chit chat about some old memories, something else which you both are, you feel very excited about or happy about, or maybe trying like a new, sexy gown or lingerie, or just to make your husband feel good that, okay, maybe he looked after the kids the whole day and you've come home now. So you try to do something to make it exciting for him, that he feels, okay, I've got some incentive after doing all the hard work. And that's more like an understanding, because you should also be willing to give in a little time and effort. It's all about the quality time that you can spend together. Of course, there are days when you come back completely exhausted, you're broken, you are so tired that you're not in the mood to do these kind of things. And that's okay. But don't let it happen every day. There might be a Sunday when you're at home when you can try something like this, or there might be another day when you've actually finished your work earlier than expected, and it could be like a surprise for your partner and for your kids. So it could be anything, but that's how you bring in that little intimacy, continue with the conversation, do something which makes it feel intimate. Intimate is where you spend some time together and you have those conversations where there's no agenda, you both are just being with each other. Sometimes you don't even need to use words, you need not talk, you can just cuddle with each other and fall asleep. And that is also creating oxytocin. The love hormone is being created and it's doing its work in the background. So you can just cuddle, be in each other's arms and fall asleep. No need to say anything. That can
That's
work.
beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think as women, the more we connect with our own feminine energy, we feel more happy, more fulfilled, and that's ultimate. Yeah.
Yes, 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 that is right.
So
So I think one more aspect that I would like to cover is about the financial stress, right? When we talk about work-life balance, and we are talking about, a lady or someone focusing on their work, then how can couples manage these financial stresses together, especially when one is an entrepreneur? What can women do so that they can balance that out? I think this is a good question for you to answer more than me.
yeah. So I think entrepreneurs, the second stage is the husband. First, for yourself, it is important that we keep a business expenses book, especially solopreneurs. It is like
Hmm.
everything is the same. So first have your business income and expenses separately. And if you're managing your family, family income and expenses separately. And if you have your personal income, then have your personal income and expenses separately. So first,
Hmm.
when we have the clarity, then it is easy to go and speak with your partner or discuss something about finance. So let me give you an example. If you are a baker, then if you are buying some baking food items to make it for your family, it goes to your family income and expenses. But if you are
Hmm.
trying to sell those things, then that goes into your business income and expenses. So
Right.
what is the rule of a business? For few years, whatever money comes from business goes back to the business for expansion or innovation. It could be anything. So, am I audible?
Yeah, 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 you are.
Okay. So
Hmm.
again, when because this again, this is something we hear with solopreneurs. For solopreneurs, they sell something for 100 rupees. 20 rupees is the profit. They take the 20 rupees, buy something for the family, buy something for the kids, to say that okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Okay, if it is going to go that way, then everything is going to be a mess. The partner will also be confused. how is she going to support the family? So the
Hmm.
better way is keep everything separate. If
Yeah.
you wish, take a part of your business revenue as your salary, and then keep it in your personal income and expenses. Then go and speak with your partner that this is my books, this is what I am earning, and this is how I would like to support the family, or I would like to expand the business. This is the ROI I'm expecting. I would like you to support me. So I think,
Hmm.
especially with women with numbers, I don't have a statistics, but we all know how good are we with numbers, especially the revenue part, the profit part, and keeping
Yeah.
the accounts part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as women, we feel that we can figure out everything by ourselves.
Hmm.
So let's
Hmm.
take professional help. Work, be clear with your books, be clear with your money, then go and have a direct and straight communication with your partner. They are going to understand it and support you, because end of the day, everybody wants a, they know happy wife is happy life. So
Hmm.
they are going to
Hmm.
support us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's so important that if you keep the um, earnings, expenses, everything sorted and keep it separate, and then also very openly discuss it with your partner so that there are no misunderstandings. You just don't take it for granted that, okay, it's his responsibility to run the house. If you both are working, then you both can take on certain responsibilities, even financially. Divide it, maybe not necessarily, but it could be done. Or if just the husband is managing the house and the wife, whatever she's earning, she's keeping it for a rainy day. So it could be anything, but they should have a very clear understanding amongst themselves. They need to talk it out, they need to spell it out, and they need to allocate, like you said, that this goes in the business and this comes home. So they need to have that segregation very clearly done, and that can be very helpful, so that there are no misunderstandings, miscommunication, and taking each other for granted that this was your responsibility and this was your responsibility. So that can be avoided. Those confrontations and those arguments can be avoided.
Yeah, and I also would like to add that whatever revenue or profit you get from your business is not your worth. As a woman, if we start connecting the revenue from the business as worth, because again, as women, we are afraid that if we say we have less income, then the family may say, then why do you spend so much time in there? Drop the business or
Yeah.
do it as a
Yeah.
hobby. Don't take it so seriously. Spend time with your kids. Take care of the family. So this is a practically a challenge women face. So sometimes they either show the numbers more or speak something, and
Hmm.
to show the numbers more they manipulate. Like it's a mess. So
Yeah,
when you
true.
detach your worth from the books and see the books as books, and then speak to your partner or family members, then things are going to be more clear.
Yeah, yeah, that's very important. What you very rightly said, that you need to separate it out completely and be detached with it. That's so important. Right. So, do we have time for one more question or shall we shut the session?
Uh, if we can take one more, and I think we can share because we are already 33 minutes in. So, last question.
Okay. Um, how can entrepreneurs align their personal relationship goals with their professional aspirations? So, I'd like to go first and say that basically the same thing that I'm going to reiterate is that share your vision with your partner. Where is it that you want to go with the work that you're doing? What is the goal that you are setting? What is going to look like an achievement, and celebrate those small wins together. Even if your husband is on a job and doing his regular work, even he might have wins over there. Even he might have challenges or bad days. So be supportive of each other as much as possible. And that's how you can align your personal goals with your professional aspirations, where you're clearly talking to your partner about everything, you're supporting each other. I think this is one very important aspect. And when you are talking to your partner about everything, then they are also aligned with what you are trying to do. And for all you know, they might be like great guidance for you, with their experience. And maybe you are starting something after 10-15 years of your marriage, which happens with a lot of women, right? Their kids are growing up, and so now they have more time. बच्चे थोड़े बड़े हो गए हैं, so it's okay, now I have more time where I can, do something. I want to do something. They have this urge, they have this hunger. So at that time, don't forget that your husband has so much experience, so take advantage of it. Talk to your husband and align the goals together. Share your dreams, make them common, talk about it, so that आप दोनों की dreams are aligned in such a way that you both are working together and heading in the same direction instead of taking two separate roads. I think this is very important.
Well said, Meeta. In 2020, I did a course from Mind Valley, Vishen Lakiani, and the course is called as Life Book by John Butcher, and it's one of the groundbreaking exercise I did, and I still do this every year. Where in the Life Book he speaks about parenting goals, he speaks about partner
Mm.
goals or a spouse relationship with your spouse goals. So when you do that exercise with your partner on every category of your life, then a common vision builds. When common vision is built, then it is not husband is winning or wife is winning. The family is winning. The family is growing.
Absolutely.
So when that vision is put on paper or on a vision board and the family is working together, that is going to be a beautiful journey. And yes,
Okay.
the new year is arriving, and I think this is an ideal time for families or partners to sit and study. If your kids are little bit grown, then involve them, include them in this vision,
Mm,
because
mm.
they are a major. When parent is not there, kids are going to miss. So when they know the vision, they are going to support and cooperate in a more encouraging way. So I think this
Yeah.
whole thing of supporting and creating your goals as a family is going to be wonderful to each one
Yes.
of them.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So important and so well said, Kavita. Thank you for that. So, with that, I guess we come to an end to our conversation. I hope that the women who are watching this or who might watch the rerun will get value from this, where Kavita has contributed a lot on what are the things that women need to do as entrepreneurs. And I have tried to add an angle where you can keep that intimacy alive with your partner in spite of focusing on your work, being an entrepreneur, shining there, and going together. So I think the message that we both want to give you guys is this, that work together, set the goals together, and then your destination will be one, and that dream will be so beautiful. And also the journey will be very, very beautiful with its ups and downs, where you're both supporting each other and working together. And that is one of the very crucial elements of intimacy, which I keep talking to my clients about, that the more you do things together, the more aligned you will be. Right? Okay, Kavita. So thank you so much. Would you like to add anything else to this?
Uh, I would just say thank you because this conversation has been lot of learnings for me personally, and to the audience, whoever is hearing, Meeta is wonderful in her niche of intimacy coaching. Do reach out to her for anything you think you would just like to have a conversation with. And if you
Yes.
are a women entrepreneur and want to work on your work life harmony, so what is work life harmony in small sentences? If you are saying I am busy or I don't have time, then I'm the person you need to reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Thank you,
Yes,
Meeta, for
yes,
this
yes.
opportunity once
Yes,
again.
please do. All the women who are following me, who are even on my LinkedIn, I'll request you to reach out to Kavita if you need to work on your work-life harmony. And it's a crucial thing because all of you are entrepreneurs on LinkedIn. So I guess at some point you will need that support. So do reach out to us, and We'll share, we are of course connected on LinkedIn, but we can share some of our other social media platforms as well. And so glad we did this together, Kavitha. Thank you so much again. So, with that, I'm signing off, and I hope you guys enjoy this and watch it. And please share your comments on what did you think about this. And if you have any questions, also, we are open to answering them. So, please do share them in the comments below. Thank you once again, and take care and good night.